What's good? What's good? What's good in the hood? It's your boy Carcino in here. Let's talk about it, man, because it went down today. Your boy Kyrie is ticked off. Yes, sir. He's not well today. He's upset. And he's rightfully so. Rightfully so. They doing him wrong. Now, I don't know what's the new narrative that they want. Everybody expects us as black people to apologize for everything. And they apologize for nothing. They refuse to apologize to us for things. Like they don't have to. But they can do whatever they want. They're above reproach. Now you knew after the game, after they cheated the Brooklyn Nets out of this game, they had the Pacers beat and poor play by them, and the referees just turned completely against the Brooklyn Nets in this game. They're frustrated from losing the game, and they walk dead smack into nonsense when this reporter decided to come after no one other and this man said a few hours ago, the ADL just said Black Hebrew Israelites is a hate group in a statement. Wow. That just lets you know right there. If a group of people can say that they're a hate group, who are you to make that authority? Based on who? Based on what? That is insanity. Now we're going to get to it so people can see what time it is and what they're actually trying to do here. So you get to hear it right from Kyrie Irving's mouth. So instead of me having to explain it, you're going to see it firsthand. Booyah. Now, we're going to blow it up for you. Make it nice and pretty. So you can see it in its totality. There you go. Now, y'all ready? Here we go.
Kyrie, while we're on the topic of promotion, why did you decide to promote something that Alex Jones said?
That was a few weeks ago. I do not stand with Alex Jones' position, narrative, court case that he had with Sandy Hook, or any of the kids that felt like they had to relive trauma, or the parents that had to relive trauma, or to be dismissive to all the lives that were lost during that tragic event. My post was a post from Alex Jones that he did in the early 90s or late 90s about secret societies in America of occults, and it's true. So I wasn't identifying with anything of being a campaignist for Alex Jones or anything. I was just there to post. And it's funny, and it's actually hilarious because out of all the things I posted that day, that was the one post that everyone chose to see. It just goes back to the way our world is and works. I'm not here to complain about it. I just exist.
And to follow up on the promotion of the movie and the book,
Can you please stop calling it a promotion? What am I promoting?
put it out on your platform.
But I'm promoting it. Do you see me
By
in front of
putting it out there, people are going to say that you are
Yeah, I put it out
promoting
there just like you put things out there, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's not
You put things out there for a living, right?
right. But my stuff
Great.
is not
Let's move on.
filled
Let's
with
move on.
anti-Semitic
Let's
stuff.
move on. Don't dehumanize me up here.
I'm not doing
I'm
that.
another
You're
human
free to
being.
post
I can post whatever I want. So say that and shut it down and move on to the next question.
But Kyrie, you have to understand that
I don't have to understand anything from you.
that's not me.
Nothing.
By
It's no
posting
people
what
that you're
you
making
did,
up, bro. Move on.
but by posting
Move
what
on.
you
Next
did,
question.
anybody
Do you guys have any more questions?
and they're gonna say,
You guys have any more
Does he have
questions?
the
Because this is going to be a clip. This is going to be a clip that he's going to marvel at. Is this any more questions?
but you're not answering the question.
Oh, this is another answering your question. Oh my God, let's make another Instagram clip so we can be famous again. Next question.
Kyrie, basketball related.
Right. Now you see right then and there, this man is trying to bait. Now, would they have done that to LeBron James? Would they have done that to LeBron James? They would have been scared to even bring something up to LeBron James at that podium. They would not even challenge LeBron. But it's okay to interrupt Kyrie Irving while he's still talking, saying next question, and you're still going to get your question off. You're not answering the question, though. Next question. You keep saying I'm promoting something. You guys are giving it more promotion than Kyrie Irving ever did. People who probably saw the quote, the post he retweeted and put on his page, you guys giving it more light. So if it's something that you think is just angry and it shouldn't be around, why don't you go talk to the people that put it out? I didn't see y'all go out to Amazon and tell Amazon to take that down, take the movie down off of Amazon. You didn't do that, did you? You didn't tell the bookstores that, hey, you can't sell this book. Right? Did they do that? You mad at Kyrie Irving for tweeting it, but you are not mad at Amazon for showing the movie. You're mad about him tweeting it, not adding any comment or anything about it. If there's something in there that you think is defamatory and all this, why don't y'all try to get it taken down? That's what y'all do, right? But we're going to have to find out what is anti Semitic. What does that really mean? Because if somebody called Israelites a hate group, then, I mean, damn, who determines that? You're right, because they would have never done that to LeBron James. Notice how he went to Alex Jones first. The tweet he made weeks ago, not even going into context as to what he actually tweeted from Alex Jones.
Kyrie, while we're on the topic of promotion, why did you decide to promote something that Alex Jones said?
That was a few weeks ago. I do not stand with Alex Jones' position, narrative, court case that he had with Sandy Hook, or any of the kids that felt like they had to relive trauma, or parents that had to relive trauma, or to be dismissive to all the lives that were lost during that tragic event. My post was a post from Alex Jones that he did in the early 90s or late 90s about secret societies in America of occults, and it's true. So I wasn't identifying with anything of being a campaignist for Alex Jones or anything. I was just there to post. And it's funny, and it's actually hilarious, because out of all the things I posted that day, that was the one post that everyone chose to see. It just goes back to the way our world is and works. I'm not here to complain about it. I just exist.
And to follow up on the promotion of the movie and the book,
Can you please stop calling it a promotion? What am I promoting?
put it out on your platform.
But I'm promoting it. Do you see me doing? Do you see
By
me in front of
putting it out there,
the
people
title?
are going to say that you are.
Yeah, I put it out there
promoting-
just like you put things out there, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's not
You put
stuff-
things out there for a living, right?
Right, but my
Great.
stuff
Great.
is
So
not
let's move on.
filled
Let's
with
move on.
anti-Semitic
Let's
stuff.
move on. Don't dehumanize me up here.
I'm not doing
I'm
that.
another
You're
human
free to
being.
post
I can
what.
post whatever I want.
You
So
can post
say
what-
that and shut it down and move on to the next question.
But Kyrie, you have to understand that by
I don't have to
post-
understand anything from you.
But it's
Nothing.
not me.
Nothing.
By
It's no
posting
people that
what
you're
you
making up,
did,
bro. Move on.
but by posting
Move
what
on.
you
Next
did,
question. Next
anybody
question. Do
is
you
going
guys
to
have
look
any more
at
questions
it
for
and they're
me?
going to say,
You guys have any more
does he have
questions? Because this is going to
anti-Semitic
be a clip.
beliefs?
This is going to be a clip that he's going to marvel at. Is this any more questions?
But you're not answering the question.
Oh, this is another answering your question. Oh my God, let's make another Instagram clip so we can be famous again. Next question.
Kyrie, basketball related.
Right. He wants to be famous because that's the clip everybody's going to play. He knows it. Kyrie already knows what their motive is. Their motive is to get him to respond to something. Oh, get me to respond. Get me to respond to it so I can react. That's what they want. You seem so fascinated with LeBron James, Calvin. You need to be more focused on LeBron James then. Go help him out. He needs help right now. Go audition for the Lakers. Now someone said that they're Khazars. They're the Ashkenazi Jews. They're Khazarian Jews. They are a lot of different Jewish people in that area. Mostly, like a lot of the people that are here are the people that come from Germany, Poland, etc. They've what they call them the Northern Jewish people that came there during World War II to avoid all the stuff that was going on with Hitler, the war. So a lot of people from Russia, Poland, Germany fled, but most of them, their ancestry goes back to the Ashkenazi Jews, and some were in the Khazarian, which is Khazaria, that little area that used to exist hundreds of years ago. But that land only lasted for about 100 years, where some of the people converted into being Jewish. They start wearing shawls, everything. So not all of them were Jewish people, but yes, some Khazarians. I mean, Khazar. They call them Khazars. A lot of them just no one really calls them Ashkenazis. You see some of them use that now. Um, they come from basically Gomer, who is the son of Josephat, and they're not attached to Shem, as many of them believe, and they keep telling you Shem. They're with Josephat, and they're from his tribe. Gomer's first son was, I believe, is Ashkenar. Kanar, I believe. Ashkenar is his first son, and that's who they named themselves after. Now, the problem that we have here is that we seem to miss the human connection. It doesn't matter what someone's race, religion, anything is. if you can't learn to get along with somebody or have humanity with somebody, like if you can't treat someone like a human being, period. Doesn't matter if they're Jewish, if they're Irish, Polish, whatever they are. If you can't treat them as a human being, you fail as a person. Period. I don't care if you're Israelite. I don't care if you're Jew. Whatever. Does not matter. If you cannot treat another human being as a person and treat them righteously, then what does that say about you? Are you living righteous? Are you a righteous human being? That's what matters. So all the titles you can have, because you can have somebody who's an Israelite and could be a complete a-hole. You can have somebody that's Jewish and be a nice human being who's never did anything wrong to anybody. You can have somebody on the other side, anybody. So it don't matter with the labels. People got to stop using that to decipher who's good and who's bad. Because when you do that, you end up making yourself blind for attacks and you get taken out by your own people. At the end of the day, who are you as a person, as a man or a woman? Who are you? What do you stand for? What are your merits? That's what matters. At the end of the day, that's what's going to be the thing that's going to get you through the gates. Just because someone else lives savagely don't mean you have to match their savage. Your savagery matches their savagery, which makes you what? A savage like them. So you got to be able to withstand and stay true to your merits of who you are as a person. Don't let anybody, events, and everything change who you are. You'll get lost. Because the scales aren't fair. See, people love to cry victim and be the oppressor at the same time. They want all of it. So, what you don't do is entertain the foolery. You can't sit there and define to me what's anti Semitic or saying what you said is anti Semitic. I haven't said anything that's anti Semitic. Everything that I've stated has been factual. It hadn't been a theory, it ain't been something I made up. I've researched it all. The same way I could tell you where the Jewish people came from and how they migrated. And there was people already here in the Midwest that were already Jewish, but the people that came here after or during to escape persecution of what was happening in their homelands. I told you the truth. When they had the civil rights movements and all of these factions that they were building, they worked side by side with the Jewish people. Those were the only people that would work with the blacks. How do you think we got out of slavery? Just because black people were tired of it? There were white people also who were tired of of the abuse they saw and witnessed us go through. They didn't think it was fair. There was white people that fought side by side with us to help us get our freedom. There's white people that taught us how to read and understand English, lost their lives, risked teaching us in class, sneaking to teach us, even though it would cost them their lives. It's a lot of things that happen that they don't teach you about in your history books. A lot of people had compassion in their hearts because it was who they were as human beings. They didn't like to see people mistreated. They didn't want the slaves here. The newspapers would put fear into people, saying how savage and all these people, so lock your doors at night. If any of them escape, they carry diseases. They came with all these lies to tell about us. So the people was like, why are you even bringing them here? So they wanted people to like take us back. They didn't want us on the land. So it's a lot of things I've learned throughout my years. I'm just very proud. I had a real education growing up that escaped past the textbooks. So while people are so caught into black and white, it was white people with black people that helped end slavery. There was Jewish people working with black people that said, hey, we're going to show you guys how to build and organize. When they started the ADL, when they got started, black people were there when they got started. Black people were there to work with them as they helped black people votes be accounted. Black people were Republicans first. The Republicans were the only ones that wanted us to vote. How many of you know that during the prohibitionary period where there was liquor was illegal? And once we were able to vote, that's when we started to get some respect because they wanted our vote. So the Irish, they started, started being nicer to us. They had a lot of people running for office in these states, and they wanted to get in there. And the black vote was going to really matter. Our votes mattered. The Democrats fought against having our vote. Then it all turned one day, and we all became Democrat. I'm not telling you lies, people. Everything I'm saying is factual. Judaism is is a religion that the Jewish people follow that is made up from the Judean teachings. Okay? The Judean teachings is what the Jews of Israel go by. Judaism is made up of those Judean teachings, but not all of them. So it's just like Christianity, right? You have different type of Christians. You have Protestants, you have Baptists, you have all of these different variations of it, but they're all would say they're Christians, right? They all would say, hey, we believe in Christ, right? They got that down. But they take what they want and make their own group and say, we're going to take this, 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 and this. We don't need that. And we're good. This is us. We're the Protestants. So it's all about what you like and what you believe in, but none of it matters. The most important part, people, that you miss is that you have to have faith. Period. It don't work. You can go to church every day. It don't mean anything. It don't make you better than anybody, no matter what religion you in. Your faith in God. That's what matters. That is what's captivating. You have to have faith. If you don't have faith in what you're doing, it doesn't matter what you believe in. No matter what you say you are. If you don't have any faith, don't matter. Where's your faith? These are facts. We get away from facts to promote hate. We gotta hate this group because they hating on us. And we defend ourselves, but we defend it with hate. You don't defend it with that. You defend it with knowledge. You defend it with your faith in God. Your faith is who you are, morals, standards. Who are you? What's the measure of a man? It's supposed to be built around faith. If you don't believe in the Most High or the Creator, Yahweh, whatever name you want to call him, the Elohim, there's one thing that's clear. We all know that there's a God. So if you have faith in him and you have faith in who you are, then you represent him when you move. So it's how you carry yourself as a person. So if you carrying around hate and vengeance for somebody, then you ain't working with him. This is more about you. So when people are so focused on these issues, it's not stopping you from doing what you need to do in this world. All of these things are at your fingertips where you can learn and you can get in the game and change the game. You see, the cheat code has gotten away from them because you can create your own content. You could be faceless. No one can ever know your name, really, or whatever, and see your face. And you can make a ton of money on social media, all these other. You can create your own job right here on the internet and say, oh, well, they can have this, they control the banks. You can flip the script. You can make your own bank online. People are online banking now. The banks have went bankrupt. They got bailed out by the government. 100 banks has been around for hundreds of years, had to close. But see, they were smart. They knew that the collapse was coming, so they went and got a charter license, something that we didn't think about. Getting a charter license to get a charter bank. You could do that. See, that's what they already did because they were approved to open up a bank. They went and got their charter license so that they can open up charter banks. That's like a mini bank, right? Well, you're going to get vetted. You got to get approved for the charter. But charter banks have less all the regulations and everything else. But they all got charter licenses right before everything went belly up with the housing market. The housing market is the highest it's ever been in the last 20 years as far as fixed mortgage rates. It's at 7.08 and climbing for a 30-month rate on a loan. So if you're buying a house now, it's almost asinine. It's better to rent. That's all I can do. People is telling you the truth. Don't forget to support the page, man. Hit the super chat button. You can hit my Cash App up, which is Carcino. Because, man, people, I used to be like that. I used to be full of rage. Like, if someone crossed me, because I'm from the city, I'm from Chicago. That's what we do. Somebody cross you. That's my Cash App too, for those who want to donate and don't have the super chat. If someone crossed me, I was king of getting revenge. Oh my God, it was like, don't do it. Well, the way they would say the black hole now, trust me, I was 10 times. Like, it was real life black hole. You don't cross me. That was the last thing you do, because I would get you. There was everybody knew it was coming. If you cross me, I knew how to make it hurt. I can get you back. I told you what happened when my girlfriend's mother gave her some real bad advice. Some real bad advice. She thought it would be a good idea to have her to lie for her daughter to like play me. And she's helping her by lying for her daughter. And I took that personal. Absolutely. So 1000%. Bear with me for a second. Just gotta plug the phone up, put it on the charger. Not the phone, but the laptop. Okay. Now we're fully charged again. So, like I was saying, what she decided to do was very stupid. She lied to me over the phone and tried to cover for when I knew she was lying, period. And I'm like, I saw it with my own eyes. Then you're gonna lie for her? See, her mother, who was basically used by her father and played, now instead of saying, I want my daughter to have a better life and get with a better person who wouldn't do that to her, she's teaching her daughter to go out and, yeah, it happened to me, so you go do it to somebody else. You be in control. You be the player. Because I got played by your father, so now you gonna go out there and see, that's the wrong way to teach your daughter to be. You're setting your daughter up for disaster. But now you've crossed me. So now the mother had to get revenge. I had to take my revenge out on the mother. How did I do that? I'm a very strategic human being. So I knew the situation with the father and the mother. The father moved back in. He was like a tyrant. So I already knew they were in fear of him. So he bullied the house. So I knew what it was, how to get this situation going. And I was like, I stood up to y'all father to defend all of y'all. And y'all leave me out here in the lurch? Okay. I went to my grandparents' house. I went into my grandfather's drawer and I took a pair of his underwear. And when I went back to my girl's house again, we had dinner over there. And right where the laundry was, I made sure where it had his clothes, I threw the pair of underwear into the hamper. And I know my grandfather and this guy are entirely different. Like they would notice right away his pair of underwear, my grandfather's pair. I know. So I threw a pair in there, and I didn't hear nothing about it. Like nothing. Like I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't hear anything about it. So my plan didn't work. So I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna try it again. Maybe. So I went, took another pair of my grandfather's underwear, went back over there, and threw it in the laundry tray. Sure enough, it was like a couple days later. I had called her on the phone, and then you hear the yelling in the background, and I could hear the argument. Who underwear is this? Who is this dude? And where is he at? He's been in this house. This ain't mine. And she was like, it's in your clothes. I washed your clothes. There is no guy. It is somebody in this house. Man, he was freaking out on her. She was scared to death. Everything. I'm dying laughing. And my grandfather was, I'm missing some underwear. He was like freaking out, like blaming my grandmother for missing the underwear or so when he was washing. Like, oh, it was crazy. And I'm just sitting there laughing, like, oh man, I didn't know it was gonna get this big. But she crossed me, and I was the best at getting revenge. But I had to grow up. That was the younger me because that's what I said. We come from the city. You don't let disrespect or nothing somebody do go over. Because if you do, then they'll feel like they could disrespect you at any time. So disrespect had to be dealt with extreme absolute so it don't come back again. So I was one of the best at getting revenge. Because I know the situation, like I know people, so I know what would hurt them the most. I'd be like, I know what would hurt him. He shouldn't have crossed me, and it would happen. It would go down. There's been plenty of situations. There have been countless tears. It was things set up that was gonna really hurt somebody, like really crush their soul. I was out for total annihilation if you crossed me. So I didn't care if I what how much money I had to spend to get it. I was like, oh, I had it all planned out. I'm like, we're gonna take this chick out. She's gonna have the time of her life, right? And she's gonna be having a wonderful time. I'm gonna drive her way out there. Yep, and I'm gonna leave her. I'm gonna pull off and drive away. And when she calls me to ask where I'm at, and I'm driving down the road, and I'm saying, oh, go have that dude pick you up. Yeah, I just got a call, and somebody told me that you're dating him now. I just heard about that just now. And I'm like, what am I doing here? So I just left. So he can come get you. So don't call me no more. Call them. But as you get older and you grow up and you mature, you realize that LIG it. Let it go. Most of the stuff it ain't even worth going down the road for to even put the effort to go get revenge. Let it go. I mean, it don't even matter. No, because Irv ain't let it go at all. He ain't LIG nothing. Irv's still stupid. That's how we move. So we ain't trying to like make it something that it isn't. So yeah, we're gonna revisit Kyrie. Let him tell him again what happened, Kyrie.
Kyrie, while we're on the topic of promotion, why did you decide to promote something that Alex Jones said?
That was a few weeks ago. I do not stand with Alex Jones' position, narrative, court case that he had with Sandy Hook, or any of the kids that felt like they had to relive trauma, or parents that had to relive trauma, or to be dismissive to all the lives that were lost during that tragic event. My post was a post from Alex Jones that he did in the early 90s or late 90s about secret societies in America of occults. And it's true. So I wasn't identifying with anything of being a campaignist for Alex Jones or anything. I was just there to post. And it's funny, and it's actually hilarious, because out of all the things I posted that day, that was the one post that everyone chose to see. It just goes back to the way our world is and works. I'm not here to complain about it. I just exist.
And to follow up on the promotion of the movie and the book,
Can you please stop calling it a promotion? What am I promoting?
put it out on your platform.
But I'm promoting it? Do you see me doing, do you see me
By
in front of
putting it out there,
the
people
title?
are going to say that you are
Yeah, I put it out
promoting.
there just like you put things out there, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's not
You put
stuff,
things out there for a living, right?
right? But my
Great.
stuff is
Great. So
not
let's move on.
filled
Let's
with
move on.
anti-Semitic
Let's
stuff.
move on. Don't dehumanize me up here.
I'm not doing
I'm
that.
another
You're
human
free to
being.
post
I can
what.
post whatever I want.
You
So
can post
say that and shut it down and move on to the next question.
But Kyrie, you have to understand that
I don't have to understand anything from you.
It's
Nothing.
not me.
Nothing.
By
It's no
posting
people
what
that you're
you
making
did,
up, bro. Move on.
but by posting
Move
what
on.
you
Next
did,
question.
anybody
Do
is
you
going
guys
to
have
look
any more
at
questions
it
for
and
me?
they're going to say,
You guys have any more
does he have
questions? Because this is going to be a
anti-Semitic
clip.
beliefs?
This is going to be a clip that he's going to marvel at. Is this any more questions?
But you're not answering the question.
This is another answering your question. Oh my God! Let's make another Instagram clip so we can be famous again. Next question.
Kyrie, basketball related.
So, like he said, I don't have to answer you. They would have never done that to LeBron James. LeBron James would have never gotten. LeBron James would have never gotten that attention. No, they would have never even had the courage or the gall to come up to LeBron and ask LeBron about that tweet. If LeBron put that tweet out there, they would have never came after LeBron like that. Eric Kennedy, I agree. LeBron would have made a statement early, and that would have been it. There'd have been no questions about it, nothing, period. Russell Westbrook didn't go back in the huddle. Did anybody in the media ask LeBron James after the game why Russ didn't go back in the huddle when Pat Bell was trying to call up a team huddle and he didn't want to go in it? Did anybody bring that up to LeBron James? No. Let me tell you what happens in sports media. See, there's a guy in the locker room. It's one guy that's in that locker room. His job is whatever happens on the court, whatever controversy, they prep you on what to say and how to say it, or we're not talking about that today. The media asks you to say this. That's all you say. That's it. If there's some controversy going on and their whole team, they will be prepped individually on what it is, or let's say there's an incident that happened. They get prepped. Prime example, LeBron James, Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson blows up at LeBron on the court. He got tired of LeBron trying to check him on the court. He blew up, And after the game, you knew the media was going to ask about it. So they said, took Tristan Thompson in, told him right away, you have no comment about that whatsoever. It was handled in the locker room. Everything's good. You're only going to talk about the game. So they had to come in the locker room and get their statement together before they can even go to the press. But Kyrie Irving said something that's great that people don't seem to understand. I don't have to answer you. There's nothing guaranteeing that Kyrie Irving has to answer to you. You're there to cause a distraction. You're there to make yourself famous. You want an Instagram clip. Like he said, you want to be the one on the Instagram clip. They're going to cut it out and try to make you famous and have me and you go back and forth. He's not going to entertain that for you. You tried to come with the Alex Jones thing. And just like a half-wit journalist, you didn't even look at what he actually posted. You just saw Alex Jones. Why would you post something from Alex Jones? Because he's trying to tie it in so Kyrie already knows where he's going and immediately says, I do not stand with Alex Jones. I don't stand with his beliefs. I don't have anything to do with Alex Jones. I tweeted what he actually stated from the 1990s. That post was from the 1990s. Had they done their work as journalists, they would have gotten that information. But they didn't do their work as journalists. They just saw Alex Jones and said, oh, Kyrie Irving's posting Alex Jones. And went right ahead into asking him the question at the podium because they want to tie it in to the tweet. It's like everybody knows what you're doing. It's a hack journalist job. It's a hack job you're doing. Right. He know where they're going. He's like, look, I know what you're doing. I know what you're really here to ask. You're trying to segue into asking me about the book. Well, talking about promotion. He's like, quit saying promotion. What am I promoting? When you put something on Twitter, are you promoting it? Yeah, that guy had a live stream today talking about the actual film and another DVD. What they actually did was give it more promotion than Kyrie Irving ever did. People are going to see it now. They made it popular, not Kyrie. These idiots who keep talking about they hate it so much, they have not had it taken down. But you coming after Kyrie Irving. Why? Kyrie Irving is not the executive producer of that film or nothing. We already know, okay, about LeBron James and the rest of these people, like Chris Paul and all the rest of them. They're puppets. They're never going to speak up. They're always going to take the bag. LeBron James talked real king about the NFL, right? And now he's about to do a deal with the NFL. His team is 0-5, and he cutting a deal so him and Mav Carter can talk like Peyton Manning and his brother. They finna talk about football on Thursday Night Football. How stupid is that? LeBron James can barely play football. He barely played basketball. Just because he playing football on the court don't mean he can talk about the game. He ain't play at the high level like them. Peyton Manning, they won Super Bowls. Him and Eli. Oh, this is like, so what we doing is bringing the shop to Thursday Night Football. Yep. See, that's what we're going to do. Yep. Yeah, see, it's just like that. Bring that shop. Thursday Night Football. Yep, that's like what we do, man. At the shop, we be talking about the game. Nobody want to see you or hear you talking about the damn game. You supposed to be playing for an NBA championship. What the hell you doing on Thursday nights talking about football? People, you think the Laker fans who paying all this money to come to the games and all of that is paying money to see you on Thursday night football? The Giants got to run the ball. Yep, yeah, they got to run the ball. Don't you got to catch a plane tomorrow? Yeah, man, we got to. I do need to get some sleep. Yeah, we got to play Denver, so I got to get some sleep. But this game hard to turn away. Yep. This is what the narratives is, man. CP is terrible. This is where we are, people. I just love the way Kyrie actually had to put that down so it could be said. Like there's been so much going on, people don't even realize they completely have been ripping Brooklyn off. Tonight they were cheated. They had this game won and was completely cheated, and the team just shut down. Ben Simmons is an idiot, but that's neither here nor there. But they're playing well enough to win. They're not getting a fair shake. And we all know why. Kyrie didn't say anything controversial. They looking to get Kyrie at any way he turned because he's doing it his way. And they was like, I don't like it that he making it look like he winning. Like he won. He got to play basketball and didn't have to take a shot. Well, it was just proved legally by law that they have to pay those people who they wouldn't let work in New York due to the C-19 situation. And the no mask, they have to pay those people now for lost wages, everything. I'm quite sure they're probably going to appeal, but that actually went down. He said, I was at the game tonight. I seen it all. So, we got cheated, but it's all good. We will bounce back. Yeah, see, they want them to lose, but they need them because Brooklyn is the most popular team. They need them right now. The Knicks are winning, but don't nobody really give a damn. Brooklyn is the story. They got the players that you want to see. They all there. Well, that's what they do. Oh yeah, Kanye's apologizing now. Look at what he lost. Because everybody was upset with Kanye. Because Kanye West, let me tell you why. Kanye West apologized to the Jewish people, but didn't apologize for George Floyd comments that he made. As if like, well, I don't got to apologize to my own people. And that rubbed black people the wrong way. Because legally, it's not in the report that he had fentanyl in the system at all. So I don't know where they got that from. I guess he was listening to Candace Owens, and that'll get you in trouble almost every time. That's how it happens. Now let's listen to you.
Question the death of George Floyd. It hurt my people. It hurt the black people. So I want to apologize to her because right now God has shown me by what Adidas is doing and by what the media is doing, I know how it feels to have a knee on my neck now. So when I said that, and I questioned the death of George Floyd, it hurt my people. It hurt the black people. So I want to apologize to her because right now God has shown me by what Adidas is doing and by what the media is doing, I know how it feels to have a knee on my neck now.
Everything resorts to him. What Adidas is doing, now I know what it feels like to have a knee on my neck now. No, you don't. You gonna sleep in your $100 million mansion with your servants and still got your money, and you're gonna cut a deal with these people and come back to the table, and they're gonna start selling your stuff again, and you're gonna be like, I'm sorry. I didn't know it could go this far. I'm okay now. I'm cured. But this is why I tell y'all about Kanye West. He's self-serving. When someone is self-serving, this is what's the results. The results of self-serving. We knew his whole deal was about Adidas. He didn't care about any black folks and my people. And those people that always start off with, I'm doing this for my people. They doing it for themselves. They can care less about the people. Now, let me bring you to some light. This is a former NBA player named Royce White. He's got some very interesting comments that I want all of y'all to hear. Since y'all all here right now, I was going to make a video on it. And I still might do it one day. What's up, HD? CHD in the house. I still was going to do it one day. But since we here, might as well do it right now. Instead of making a video, we'll do it right now. Feel pretty good. So let's listen to him.
Discuss what
players were, who was the head of the Chris Paul, who was a
non-existent.
Zero players
Would never speak out.
None of
would never speak out on a real issue whatsoever. These guys are the quintessential sellouts, the quintessential black bourgeoisie sellouts.
Which players? Which names?
All of them. I have trouble naming you one that isn't.
Really?
But especially those guys. Chris Paul, LeBron, all the guys who have been propped up to sit like they speak on behalf of the players or black people. It's kind of the same thing. They're sellouts. So, and my story was an example of that, which is why I feel confident speaking on them, because I've been behind the scenes and seen them be quiet when they should speak. And then I've seen them speak when they should be quiet. We had all these players at the table, all these people at the table trying to discuss what do we do.
What players were? Who was the head of the? Chris Paul, who was a
non-existent.
Zero players were.
Would never speak out. Would never speak out on a real issue whatsoever. These guys are the quintessential sellouts, the quintessential black bourgeoisie sellouts.
Which players? Which names?
All of them. I have trouble naming you one that isn't.
Really?
But especially those guys. Chris Paul, LeBron, all the guys who have been propped up to sit like they speak on behalf of the players or black people. It's kind of the same thing. they're sellouts. So
So right there, he told you something very essential. He just told you about LeBron James and that whole situation that went down. He was in the room at the table when they was having these discussions and told you these people are fake. So when I sit there and say it, now you understand I got other people that back it up 100%. Yeah. And now you got somebody who was actually in the room with them right here telling you they are all sellout. All the ones you thinking about. All of them. He said it clear as day. And you know why? Because the players were gonna walk out. After what happened in Milwaukee, they had enough. They didn't feel they should have been in the bubble anyway, and that they were forced to be there. See, that's what a lot of people don't know about. We're going to talk about that right now, too. Since we on a roll tonight, let's keep the roll going. Here's what you didn't know. The NBA told them it was choice. First, they gave them an ultimatum to go to the bubble. Then they said if you didn't want it, they tried to make it like you have to come to the bubble. You have no out. And then players is like, oh, we can sit this out. Then I'm gonna sit it out. Then they had a bunch of superstars saying that they weren't coming. Dame Lillard wasn't coming. James Harden wasn't coming. There was a lot of players sitting this out. Then the email came to it's a choice, but the NBA is requesting that its A-listers show up and show out and be an example for the other players who might sit out. But those who are first team all-stars should definitely show up. And this is when our country is at, oh, they really guilt shamed them, and those who don't show, who for yes, we won't persecute you, but we can't protect you from the world and the country coming down on you for not being there with your brothers when this happens. Meaning that we're going to pay to slander your name and run it into the ground because you didn't show up. So this is what they were doing at that time. Yeah, they had to salvage what money they could. Now, you know your league is not making money if you can't go a season or a half a season without a playoff or a series or anything. Your whole thing falls to crumbles and reduce to crumbs. That's terrible. No, because the Milwaukee Bucks had made up their mind without talking to the NBA or anybody. We're not playing. So we don't care what y'all doing. The Bucks ain't playing tonight. And LeBron's like, man, they should at least discuss that with the rest of the teams. They shouldn't have just made that decision. Why? It's a Milwaukee situation. I mean, it's a Wisconsin situation. They're the team that represents Wisconsin. Kenosha is like right next to Milwaukee. So why wouldn't they? So LeBron is upset. So Adam Silver ended up pulling the games. LeBron was like, "Oh no, the Lakers, we're not gonna play you. Now the league gonna have to make a decision, but they should have contacted us first." No, the league said the Lakers wasn't playing. LeBron was gonna play, no matter what, because he wasn't finna blow his money. He got too much invested with China. He can't sit down. So when all the players and the teams got together and they had a private meeting, they talked about leaving. And LeBron was in there trying to get everybody to stay on the plantation. So that's what he's talking about. He was at the table and saw LeBron James. And this when all the young players saw what LeBron James really was, and they was, "You not real at all. You a farce." And that's when the young generation lost a lot of respect for him. In that moment in time, LeBron got up and walked out because he knew he couldn't con them when they was talking about leaving and not playing. And he was like, "We just not making progress. So I'm not gonna waste my time with these dudes." They was like, no, they realized you wasn't with them. Young dudes ain't trying to hear that. They mad. You see, that's what LeBron don't get. These young people that coming in the league now, they broke. they most of those people were second year, third year rookies. You know, they got something to say. Most of these people, they homeboys, and they was like, "LeBron, how could you say that? You come from Akron, dog. Like you come up from the hood. You know what it's like. You know what I'm saying?" He's like, "Man, my homeboy got smoked." One of the NBA players said that in the circle. Like, my homeboy got shot, like, and he gone, and my other homeboy got hit at the same time. He survived, but my homeboy gone, and he was just like, "As long as you make it to the NBA, man, I'm vindicated." Like they were all pushing for him to make it, to get out, escape, so he can come back and get the rest of them. That's a lot of burden that's on his back. And he ready to make a decision to say F it all, to make a stand. So when people were talking like that in that room, LeBron trying to tell them to stay on the plantation, and it was like, dog, you ain't hearing what's going on right now. Yeah, when Kyrie said what he said, I heard him clearly. Nah, I just never really went live down here in the basement. The Jake Paul fake fight, people wasted their money on that. I went to a place tonight that normally had a fight. Jake Paul and his people tried to extort the place that I go to. They pay because they got all the fights on so many TVs. They have to pay like $2,000-$3,000 for the events, which they gladly pay because they have a lot of people show up for the event, and they make their money at the bar and the food and the drinks, so they make that money back. So it's like, okay, that's cool. We get a profit. We'll pay them $2,000 to $3,000. They tried to charge them $10,000 for this fight, this 8-round fight. Like, oh no, you want our fight? You got to pay $10,000 now. So it was like, and we play you can keep it. We'll play an old UFC rerun. They just like run the UFC thing. Yeah, no, we not. No, hell no. We won't pay no $10,000 for no Jake Paul fight. It's crazy. If Canelo fought that man, he would kill him. Anderson Silva really won. To be honest, I mean, he could easily beat Jake Paul. He was carrying him. Then he got dropped in the last round. And that was that. He got up. Dog, they took down the video I had. I had a YouTube short showed that the other guy that worked for Jake Paul or whatever, he just took a dive to boost this other guy's record. He was like, "Oh, he's got another knockdown in like 30 seconds." The guy was in there for 30 seconds. He didn't even get hit. He missed the uppercut. He just went down. It's such a fake fight. And Showtime announcers is trying to promote it. Another first round knockout. Showtime is done. I see why Floyd is on the zone. Because he knows Canelo is not gonna fight him. Canelo's doing real fights for real money. Exactly. That's what we do now, man. It's sad, but that's where we at as a people, as everything. So I just try to keep my head down and keep working. So thank everybody for stopping through. We had a great hour. I want to tell everybody who hit up my Cash App, God bless you. I can't see it. My phone's upstairs. Is it? I think it's upstairs. But if somebody hit my Cash App up, I would know the super chats. Okay, I found my phone on me. Lex Diamonds. Lex? What? Lex Diamond showed up? Now I am really impressed. Shouts out, Lex. No, they don't got cyber. They got. I'm trying to be safe out here, bro. It's crazy nowadays. Peace.